Hello and welcome to episode 129 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is keep it simple. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. Now, I don't know if you know, but I haven't done a podcast episode for the last 7 days, and I hope that's been fine because over the last 7 days I've been deep inside of the Amazon, not the website, but the Amazon jungle in South America and Ecuador. I was there with my lovely fiance, Kerry, and what we're doing was we were just really exploring some nature. So I had a good fortune to switch off, and I really just wanted to take the opportunity to do this podcast show and reflect on my thoughts. Over the last 3 weeks, I've been over in America, I've been over the United States, Dallas, Texas, Los Angeles, San Fran, and I've been, condensing and learning with a ton of smart people. And I've been blessed to be surrounded by a lot of smart people who have made fortunes in this online space. And really, I wanted to share this with you because I think it's a really, really important concept that a lot of the times I tend to forget myself. And I don't know if you know, but a lot of the times this podcast is a reflection of my thoughts and actions and what I've learned. So whilst it's good to recap what I've learned, I thought I'd share the value and help you in and give you insights on what you might be able to learn as well. Now, when I was coaching, I remember when I was coaching back in 2014 and 15 and at the start of 16, I was coaching clients, and the biggest mistake I made in 2015 was not keeping it simple. So my idea of adding value, these guys would pay $1,500 to do a 16-week transformation program with me. And what I would essentially do is I'd essentially throw them a ton of information. I'd throw them macros, I'd throw them technique, I'd throw them literally everything, reps, hypersets, supersets, drop sets, all the sets. We literally did everything. And I thought, if I could give them as much knowledge as possible, that would help them because they're paying me a ton of money, or what I thought was a ton of money at that time, which $1,500 to the normal person is a substantial amount. But back then, one of the biggest mistakes, and especially if you're coaching your clients, let me know if this is a mistake that you make as well, is that we tend to complicate the process. And when we complicate the process, complexity leads to inaction. And unfortunately, because I made the process so hard for them to completely gauge, because it just seemed so fluent, it seemed so natural for a personal trainer of 7 years to understand these concepts. I was like, this is easy. When I would give them these concepts, I'd notice that they wouldn't follow through. They wouldn't take action. And, a lot of the times I wanted to figure out why, because I was like, wait, I'm giving these guys so much value, so much results, so much information, yet they're not getting the results. And I really, really stumbled upon that. And that was something not only, for my coaching clients, but also for my business as well. I look back to the business that I built in 2015, my very first online personal training business, or actually 2014, and I look at what I started with, and I'll tell you at this very moment in time, I started with a sales funnel. I started with a $7, tripwire is what digital marketer would call it. Okay, I started off with $7, and then I'd ascend up to a $30 product, and I'd ascend up to a $97 product, and that was complicated as shit. Okay, that was complicated as shit. And for me, it was like, okay, well, I'd essentially gone from a personal trainer to an online marketer, which, is a completely different, unique set of skills and psychology that you really have to adopt. But why I'm trying to tell you this at this very moment in time is because it's so easy to overcomplicate the process. Okay, it's so easy to overcomplicate the process. And one of the biggest factors when I look at people doing $1 million online, I'm not talking about 6 figures, I'm talking about 7 figures. When you have a look at their business model, even if you have a look at my business model at the very moment, it's simple. With Online Trainers Club, we have 2 products. We have our flagship program, and then we've got Legacy, right? Just the same way that I've tried to implore you to teach your systems. It was the same thing with PB City. We had a flagship program, we had a one-to-one coaching. And in the midst of things, I really wanted to allow you to understand the simplicity. Okay, and not it's not easy, but it's simple. The fact is, you have one product, and you go out there and you sell that one product over and over and over and over again. And once you develop that product, and once you know that that product is good enough, your job is to get that into the hands of your prospects and turn them into clients. Okay? That is the complicated bit. What's simple is that we shouldn't overcomplicate the process of wanting to create 1 billion products in one go. Because with each product, I was at ClickFunnels and Trey Llewellyn, I'm not sure if you've heard of him, he's a super cool dude, but he does a lot of e-commerce stuff. He sells a lot of, physical products such as, all your handheld torches and stuff online. It makes an absolute killing. But a statistic that he shared was that every time you introduce a new product into your ecosystem, that is if you want to launch a membership site, you want to sell an ebook, you are increasing the complexity of your business by 17 times. Okay, now what did I tell you about complexity? I told you that if you make something complicated, it's going to lead to inaction. Okay? It's going to lead to inaction. So what you need to do is not only do you need to simplify the whole process from your client's perspective in fulfilling and getting your clients results, but ultimately, again, you need to have a look at simplifying your business model, okay? Simplifying the business model initially, and then once you're ready to scale, once you're ready to optimize, then you look at the nuts, bolts, and bits and pieces that you can add in addition to increase the lifetime value of your customer. Now, I know, if this is going over your head, please try and listen to this again. This is a super, super important concept that I want you to grasp. And if you do grasp this concept, it's going to completely change the game. And that way you'll be able to scale, okay? That way you'll be able to scale quickly, because a lot of the times, a lot of people like to create multiple different products. The people want to start out with a membership site. Think about it, how many times have you thought, hey, I want to launch a $20 a month membership site, because you see all these fitness professionals doing it, unsuccessfully, mind you. But, what I'm trying to tell you, if you're just getting started, if you are starting, then create a flagship program, sell it for a premium, because now you've got higher profit margins and you can get away with stuffing up a little bit more. When you start to sell a $7 ebook, $7 tripwire, okay, in a sales funnel, you don't have a lot of room to move, because there's not a lot of margin in $7 before you start going into the red. You sell a $500 program, a $1,000 program, it's a lot easier, okay, to not be perfect. So I want to share that with you for today. And yeah, literally, we are back on track, and I wanted to share something with you. I might do that in the next podcast episode, but just for future references, we're taking this absolutely to the next level this year as we bring out the summit, the Online Trainer Summit 2017. And we're going to be launching a live summit in 2017 as well in Australia for any of the Aussies out there. And if you're American, you're European, I want you to fly down to Australia for this, because I know that spending 2 days with me and the speakers that I'll have is absolutely going to amplify the processes. But with that being said, are you keeping your business model simple? Are you keeping the results and how you coach your clients simple? I don't know if that even made sense, but you get what I mean, right? If you're keeping it simple, you're going to get results. So how can you simplify your model? And simplicity doesn't mean, okay, this added value. It just means that people are going to get better results with your product services, and ultimately you'll be able to grow your business to the next level. But yeah, let me know, and I hope you enjoyed getting back on track with this podcast in episode 129.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.